Welcome back to the kitchen table of SilverSurfwax for SilverSurfwax Sunday. I'm excited today because I finally got to buy some silver. So let's check this out. All right, here, let me get that a little more in focus. Look at all of this. So I've been a little bit frustrated for the last month or two. It's been a month and a half since my last purchase of silver. And really, as you guys all know, we've had, some interesting times since my last purchase. My last purchase was back in March 13th, actually Friday the 13th. And I had picked up $215 face in dimes, about $2,500 worth. We ended up with like 400 Mercs and 1760 Roosevelts and a handful of barber dimes. And when I made that purchase, spot price of silver had just gone dramatically down. So I had a situation where, okay, this is great. The premiums had started climbing just as we have seen them, but at that point, I was still paying about $11.65 face. So that was a pretty good deal at the time. And it turned out in the month and a half since, oh my gosh, spot price has gone down, but the premiums have gone up. And so the total cost to own silver, to purchase silver, has been pretty rough sledding. So, so things have changed dramatically for the silver community. In this case, I have been shopping online for the last month, checking it out, checking the silver price daily, and you can't get stuff for under $18 an ounce, right? I mean, even though spot price is $15, you're getting $3 premiums, and often much more than that. You're getting, $8 to $12 premiums on Silver Eagles, which I don't buy. And I don't know if I've mentioned that. I don't buy Silver Eagles. I feel like the premium on Eagles is way too high. Now it's crazy, way too high, 60% premiums on Eagles. It's just ridiculous, right? And there's a lot of people, they talk about the resale value of Silver Eagles and, hey, you're going to get that money back. And my point is, why, back just 6 months ago when you bought Silver Eagles and you were buying them for 15, 20% premiums, why not get 15, 20% more silver? Yeah, you sell it back, you sell back that bullion, and it may not be as, desirable, but you're going to find somebody to pick up that bullion eventually. But if you're banking on the price of silver to go up, why buy the Silver Eagles when they have that extreme premium? So right now, it's been really tough. That premium for even junk silver has been there. You're talking about 20-25% premium on junk silver, maybe 40% on regular bullion. It's been the awful premiums. Now, the spot price has been lower, so roughly you're still getting around that $18, $17, $18 silver that you've been picking up in the past. But in this case, I got extremely lucky. I had dropped by. I've been driving by a pawn store loan store that I had visited a few times, and for the past month it seems like they've been closed. Their doors have been closed. The metal curtain is up, and they're not apparently open for business. I saw the door cracked open, so I decided to swing on by. And the gentleman there, he was looking to sell, so he had all this junk silver available, and I went ahead and picked it up for under $12 face. So $11.90 face. I picked this up for and got myself around $132 face silver for times 12x. Or a little less than 12x. So I spent about $15.77. I spent exactly $15.77 on all of this silver. So what I want to do is I want to get it cleaned up. Some of this is really sticky and gross. So I'm going to kind of do the thing which they tell you not to do. So boys and girls, don't do this at home. I'm going to choose to go ahead and clean my silver. I'm just going to use a little bit of dish soap, and I'm going to just roll my silver around in the dish soap a little bit, and then just clean up all the big oil and grease and nastiness, so that just touching the silver doesn't disgust me. I feel like I have to wash my hands even just touching it right here. With the whole coronavirus thing, you know what? Love all you silver stackers that care about numismatic values, and you're going to be complaining that I got some Walkers in here and some Benjis in here that are should not be cleaned, and some Mercury dimes and some Barbers, but I'm cleaning it. So I'm not going to do this big scrub. I'm not going to try to make a big deal of it. I just want to get the grease and the nastiness off there. So let's go ahead. I'll clean this up and let's count it out. And I counted it out in the stores. I know exactly how much is here, but I like to count it again and kind of verify it, and then get that recorded, and that way I just feel a little bit more organized. And look at this, I got a bunch of BUs for 90% price. So by the way, for all of this, I paid the same amount. So the Mercury dimes, the Walkers, the Kennedys, and the BU Kennedys, all these are brilliant uncirculated. I got 20 halves, $10 rolls here. Two $10 rolls, $20 in Kennedy halves, BU. So pretty sweet, can't complain. Good quality coins. And then I've got these older coins, no difference in the price for these or the Mercs or the quarters that I got here. And so we'll check it all on out. I think I got a couple of Barbers I saw, and we'll clean it up and spread it out and count it out. Coming back at you. All right, since some of you guys are gonna probably yell at me in the comments, we might as well just record exactly what I'm doing so you can yell at me properly and let me know exactly how wrong I am. But what I'm doing here is I'm filling the sink about quarter full of water, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my coins in here and just kind of get them a little wet. And I got all of these all together, the dimes, the quarters, the half dollars, everything is together. And I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of Dawn dish soap here and kind of liberally apply a lot of this soap. And so what I'm just gonna do, and I've done this in the past with my other guys, is just kind of run them around with each other. Let them kind of clang together like they might clang together in your pants pocket, right? No real difference except for it's a little soapy. It's a little soapy, a little clean. So I'm not kind of going around and taking a Brillo pad or abrasively scrubbing, but I kind of just am running my soapy fingers and through this stuff and massaging this around. And I might do this for a little while, and then I'm just going to let it soak in the sink for a bit. And really, I don't even know why I'm letting it soak, but I am. So now it's pretty much just sitting there in some soapy water. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to churn these up again, and it seems like once I do that in a few moments, I'll end up having some pretty dirty water, but we'll see this time. So give me let it sit and soak for a couple minutes, and we'll come right back. Okay, it's been sitting for 1 or 2 minutes, and I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to knead these around, right, and just kind of give them a good jangling, just because I don't want some of this nastiness. Now, once I do that, I don't know if you can tell, but I can tell the cloud of soap, of nastiness that has gathered there. And then, just for fun, I may go ahead and liberally add a bunch more soap, because why the heck? Soap is cheap and silver is not. So go ahead and just kind of mix these up, get them nice and soapy, and let them remove all of that built up, well, I'd say all of that, some of that built up, soaked and dry. And this is literally all I do. When I first started doing this, I kind of did it with baking soda, right? And I did kind of the same thing. I didn't really spend a lot of effort looking at each individual coin, because there are some coins that are dirtier than others, and you know, it was just too much of a hassle to try to really care about cleaning. Really, all I cared about is that I just don't like when the coins are sticky and oily, and I'm touching them and my hands turn black. They still get a little dirty when I touch these coins later on, but for the 90% of improvement. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of run them through a little more, and hopefully this doesn't upset some of you folks who are coin collectors and worried about this constitutional silver, but you know, I don't find it that offensive. And now the water's a little too soapy to tell how dirty it is, but you can kind of tell that it's. So that's about it, guys. I mean, that's it. I'm not spending any kind of time on this other than just I can kind of tell to the touch that it's better. All right, so back to it after we count them up. Okay, now that we're done with that, I'll grab an old spare towel from the deep storage of the guest bathroom, and we will dump our silver out on to the towel, and then I'll just kind of dry them off like so. So just to get all the water initially off. By the time I count these and spread everything out all over the table, they usually air dry, but definitely don't want a bunch of, big pool of water on the table as I'm doing this. So I kind of do this, and I'll throw the towel in the dryer and kind of do things that way. So now you can tell it's not dramatically cleaned up. You can't tell that there's a bunch of still heavily discolored coins in there, and it's not as though I did some amazing scrub on all of this silver, but I did do I broke the cardinal rule. I cleaned my silver. All right, spank me. You can do what you want with your silver, and this feels so much better to the touch. It doesn't feel like I'm disgusted or by wait, that is a clean looking walker. I didn't touch that. That is a pretty good. Jeez, it's almost like it's BU. Not anymore. So yeah, this is kind of what I do, and then I'll go ahead and start separating all this out, counting it out, and coming up with some of the totals for you. And again, I spent $15.77 on all of this, and I think it was about 132 something face. So, but we'll count it out and get the exact total for you. All right, coming right back at you. All right, we got these all counted up, so let's go through it a little bit. All right, in terms of the walkers, we ended up with 74 walkers. And what I'm counting now is what I counted in the store, so that's good news. So in addition to that, we had 90 quarters that were normal Washington quarters. There was this one weird guy that I got like a commemorative dated 2011, but this is a silver, 90% silver. So, or at least he told me that, and I trust him, and I don't see a clad coin on this, and so I actually need to kind of double check this, but he claimed that this is some commemorative set, and he was 100% certain that it was 90% silver. I did a little ping test on it, and it sounded silver. So taking his word for it, but we'll definitely double check, and I'm sure somebody will let me know in the comments. In addition to that, we ended up with 16 Benjis here, and including the BU Roosevelts, we ended up with 47 of those. So 20 in this roll, 20 in that roll, and these remaining 7 guys. So, oh sweet, somebody's backing up and beeping. I also ended up with 1 Standing Liberty and 2 Barber quarters, along with 3 Barber dimes. So I had seen some of that in there, and lo and behold, that's the count on the cool ones. And mind you, I paid the same price for all of these coins, $11.90 times face. So I kind of bonus on that. I got a nice Standing Liberty there, and quarter, and 2 Walker quarters, and some Walker dimes to add to the collection. Pretty sweet. And then we got I got 90. I think I already did the 90 regular quarters, and then I got 380 Mercs and 25 Roosevelt dimes for a 405 dimes total. So all these beautiful Mercs to add to the collection and sort by mint, mark, and date. I don't know if I'll ever do this again with all of these dimes, because it is such a chore, and then I got to update my counts on the incomplete tubes, and end up recounting them, because I'm anal on the incomplete tubes until I can make them a full complete tube. All right, some more beeping. And so that is the deal, guys. That's what we got. We ended up here. Here are the totals. We got $40.50 face on the Mercs. I think it's $22.50 on the quarters. On the Walking Liberty $half, we got $37 there, and then $23.50 on the Roosevelts, including those nice BU, those nice BU rolls, and then $8 on the Benjis, and $1 and change on the Barber quarters and dimes and Standing Liberty quarter. So there we are for $132.55 face, and I spent $1,577. So $1,577 for all of it. So all in all, I'm pretty pleased. At least in these high premium days, I feel like that was a deal. It isn't, historically low, obviously, but for this time right now, to be able to pick up some silver, I was happy to do it. So go ahead and let me know what you think in the comments below, whether this is a decent pickup, and what you think of the interesting haul there with some of these unique guys and the BU, as well as this, where is it? That crazy commemorative piece. We'll have to do some research on that one. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. SilverSurfwax out. All right. As I was mentioning earlier, I wanted to, kind of point out that having some spare cash at home for emergencies is important, and just the ability to access physical cash if the bank's ever close, seize up, or have a shortage, or there's a run on the bank. Just having some physical bills around is not a bad idea. Plus, makes it pretty convenient if you're going to find a private seller a deal for some gold or silver, that you have that cash available. You don't have to go to the bank if it's closed on the weekends, or you can't withdraw certain limits out of the ATM. if you're going to start to, if you want to pick up some silver, some gold, having some cash immediately available is always valuable.